you ever wanted to get UnrealPilled? Yeah, that's a way to start your video. Or have you ever wanted to escape to unreality? Maybe to crash land on the surface of Napali in the boots of Prisoner 849 and find your way off the planet while blasting through enemies with truly advanced AI, or just become a tournament fighter and experience for the first time, or relive 20 plus years later the flag carrier's absolute worst nightmare. Either way, you also very likely wondered how to do all of that without it feeling like if you ate a funny pill in real life and looking something like this. Yeah. Now, to be honest, both Unreal Gold and Unreal Tournament run mostly fine as is on modern systems, and you can make them feel slightly better by installing improved renderers. But we want to get a comfortable experience of traversing the unreality, with ability to play online and quality of life improvements and whatnot. And that's why in this video, I'm going to show you how to play Unreal and Unreal Tournament in modern day and age of 2341. Yeah, sounds about right for future-proofing this video. You can get both Unreal Gold and Unreal Tournament on... Oh. The heck is Unreal Gold? No, wait! You can't! Because as of January 24th, 2023, Epic Games delisted all of the Unreal and Unreal Tournament games from Steam, and sometime later from GOG as well, alongside shutting down the master servers for all of them. Oh, and in case you're wondering, Unreal Tournament 4 also got delisted from EGS, so now there's truly no reason to install Epic Games Launcher besides Fortnite, occasional freebies, and Unreal Engine SDKs, I guess. Unreal and UT had community master servers running for years. UT4 has UT4UU community. UT2004 migrated to OpenSpy master server, and while also migrated to OpenSpy as well, the fate of Unreal Tournament 3 is kind of unknown. It got renamed to Unreal Tournament 3X on Steam and is now advertised as completely free and cross-platform. Yeah, we've yet to find out what that's gonna be, and purely based on the looks of other Epic's less than stellar experiments on Steam, I'd suggest just zipping the game files, writing down the CD key for now, and wait for the news. Some people say that FTC had to do something with all of this, but either way, Team Sweeney is greasy for allowing this to happen in the first place, and I'm gonna move on from this topic to avoid turning this video and the comments section into a pure, unfiltered, turbo nerd hate train that will make Teridium mines filled with Scarge and explosive barrels look tame in comparison. Now with that out of the way, if you happen to own the games on CD, Steam, GOG, or just decided to hop on board of Coos Galleon or AS Frigate and, you know, since you can't really buy them anymore, we can finally begin to talk about improving our experience of handling the unreality, starting with... Released in 1998, it was and still is considered both to be one of the greatest first-person shooters ever made, and one of the greatest technological achievements in video game history. And unlike certain other Quake 2 killers of 1998, while not exactly killing Quake 2, Unreal managed to be more than successful competitor to Quake 2 by being complete opposite to it in almost every possible way, and because of that, it also managed to compete with Half-Life. But since then, more than 20 years have passed, and the flow of time wasn't very merciful to this beautiful world of unreality. While we sadly don't have access to the game's source code, thanks Sweeney, we do have unofficial patches for it made by Old Unreal community with blessing from the original developers. So here's Old Unreal 227 eye patch. Now, first things first, I'm only mentioning this patch because it's considered to be a mature release and is listed everywhere from Steam Guides to PC Gaming Wiki, and also because it's the one I played Unreal with for most of my playtime. Is it perfect? Well, not really. It was released on November 11th, 2012, and it provides updated OpenGL and Direct3D9 renderers, better sound drivers such as OpenAL, better Unreal Ed executable if you want to dive into modding the game, new languages, widescreen and higher resolution support, more customizable options, tons of security and bug fixes both for single player and multiplayer, especially for Return to Napali expansion pack included with Unreal Gold, and ability for the game to directly connect to the old Unreal's master server. While the new renderers do provide better frame rate and resolutions, they also come with a number of graphical glitches and weird stuttering. Take a look at this Nali Castle flyby and tell me if this looks right to you or not. It might have been an issue on my end or an issue with the new OpenGL renderer specifically, but either way, it has problems. Also worth noting that there is no HUD scaling whatsoever, which means the higher your resolution is, the smaller it gets, and honestly I don't want to imagine how small it gets on resolutions above 1080p. However, there is a way to fix that. With Pexi Auto's patch, by changing the resolution in the options to the new 960 by 540, yeah, that's bizarre, you can make your UI and HUD look almost as big as they would be at 640 by 480, while the game itself will be rendering at your native resolution. But even then, the end result is honestly kinda ugly since the HUD was obviously not designed for modern resolutions. It does somewhat fix the stuttering issues though. There's also a way to get the classic menu working by applying the 227i classic patch, and it works just as well as you expected it to do. It's too small and it also breaks Return to Napali, so it's not even really worth it. In the end, 227i patch is a somewhat good way to play Unreal nowadays, but it's far from perfect. So here's the old Unreal 227j patch. Released on June 23rd, 2022 as a semi-public release, and as of recording of this video only on old Unreal forums, it's basically 227i patch on amplifiers and steroids. It does everything that 227i did, but better. Better menus with way more thought put into their looks and functionality, better, for the most part anyway, audio support, better Linux support and brand new 64-bit versions of both game and Unreal Ed's executables, even more new languages, even more customizable options without the need to type in preferences in console every time you want to access stuff that is available in the engine settings, better renderers including the brand new written from scratch future-proof OpenGL renderer with little to no graphical glitches this time, as you can see in this Nali Castle flyby. Simply, smooth, beautiful, and most importantly, glitch-free. Fixes for all of the player models and team color variants for them, multiplayer support so that you can play with your friends if you have them, or abduct a stranger on the internet, make them install all of this crap and force them to play Unreal co-op with you like any other normal retro shooter addict would. Which is obviously what I did with this totally random gentleman you can see on your screen right now. And finally, the best feature so far, HUD scaling with enhanced graphical assets so that they won't look like if they were scratched off a Titan's toe. The only complaint I have so far is that the music playback sounds a bit off compared to 227i. Here, take a listen. The installation process for 227J is very easy and essentially the same as for 227i, which is why I'm gonna show it to you right now. Just show the installer where Unreal Gold is on your PC, select the components you wish to install, including the classic keyboard-only menu with all necessary improvements to it, and sit back and watch the progress bars go. Also, I wanted to talk about some goodies you can get for Unreal Gold. 2 of them to be exact. The Fusion Map Pack, which is an official, surprise surprise, map pack by Epic that includes additional deathmatch maps that are so cool that they later made their way to Unreal Tournament, believe it or not. And semi-official Division Map Pack, which includes various maps made by Epic employees, and some of which have been fixed by community members to make them compatible with newer versions of Unreal. It also includes interesting 3dFX OEM demo levels, GW press levels, 3 maps from the Unreal beta, and 1 map cut from Return to Napali. To install these, just copy all of the UNR files to your maps folder and that's it. And now that we're finally done with improving your Unreal Gold experience, the time has come to prove you're the best, to crush your enemies, to win! In 1999, in an attempt to control virtual violence among 90s hardcore gamers all over the world, and capitalize on it while they're at it, Epic Games released Unreal Tournament. What originally started out as just an expansion pack for Unreal under the name Bot Pack in 1998, eventually turned into yet another massive success for the developers that managed to compete with id Software's Quake-free arena. It massively improved the netcode, bots, maps, weapons, modding capabilities, and really anything that could make Unreal Tournament one of the most fun multiplayer-only titles in 1999. The flow of time has been a bit more merciful to UT than to Unreal Gold, but still, it hit our fun arena shooter pretty hard. No access to the source code on this run either, but we still have Old Unreal community and its Old Unreal 469 patch. Old Unreal 469 patch pretty much covers all of your basic needs for modern Unreal Tournament experience. Better frame rate, resolutions, menus, audio, renderers, OpenGL included, new master server, you name it. Installation process, believe it or not, is even simpler than for the Unreal Gold patches, but I'm still gonna quickly show it to you since I already have footage for it. Just show the installer where the UT is on your computer and that's it. Can't get any easier than that. Now, let's talk about the different goodies you can get for Unreal Tournament since there's a bit more to unpack here than for Unreal Gold. Fox Widescreen Fix provides better support for, you guessed it, widescreen resolutions by providing automatic aspect correct horizontal FOV adjustment, aspect correct rendering for first-person weapons, and mouse sensitivity scaling based off wider FOV instead of a hard-coded 90. It's also entirely client-side, which means you can actually use it in multiplayer. To install it, you need to extract the files into your Unreal Tournament directory, then open UnrealTournament.ini file in your system folder and replace these lines with this. Completely unnecessary, but it does make things look and feel better. While all other bonus packs are present in the Game of the Year edition of Unreal Tournament, the kinda crucial Community Bonus Pack 4, also known as Christmas Bonus Pack, is sadly missing. It contains 2 new player characters, Zenmark II My Beloved and Warboss, and 12 new maps. Oh, and speaking of Community Bonus Pack 4, depends on where you get it, you might have it in a weird UMod file format, which is a bit problematic to get working nowadays. Now, most of the mods are provided as conventional zip files, but just in case you run into one of those UMods, here's the UmodExtractor to get you covered. The UmodExtractor simply lets you unpack the contents of the UMod files anywhere you want. Just drag a UMod file into it, click extract, and you're good to move all of it into your Unreal Tournament directory. There's also a registry fix out there, but I had no luck in getting back to work unfortunately, so that's why I recommend UmodExtractor since it worked for me and should probably work for you as well. As for something that has snippets of obscure yet interesting official content, my personal recommendation would be the Console Bonus Pack. You see, back in the day, Unreal Tournament has been released for PlayStation 2 in 2000 and Sega Dreamcast a year later. Debates on which version is better aside, spoiler, it's the PC one, both of them had their fair share of pretty cool exclusive maps. Epic Games made 12 exclusive levels for the PS2, and Secret Level, who made the Dreamcast port, made 23 maps for their respective version. You get all of them in this map pack, maybe except the modified versions of the PC maps and some slightly modified versions of the Rocket Arena maps, but that's still a lot of new maps to mess around with. There's also an Ultimate Console bonus pack which promises to include all of the console exclusive maps, but as of recording of this video, it's still in the making and yet to be released. Now, while looking up all the stuff I just talked about throughout this video, you probably stumbled across single-player campaigns and wondered how to play them in a multiplayer-only game called... surprise surprise, Unreal Tournament. Well, I've got an answer just for you. Say hello to the OldSkool mod. OldSkool, however the heck you pronounce that second part, is a mod that truly amplifies your Unreal Tournament experience in every possible way. Not only it adds back all of the Unreal stuff and allows you to play Unreal Campaign if you copy maps and music files from Unreal Gold to the Unreal Tournament folders, but also adds a lot of new features for modders and common players, new menus with interesting new options, all of the Unreal player models, Unreal HUD with no scaling unfortunately, but who cares about that when this mod gives you a fully customizable mutator that allows you to play any map with original Unreal and Return to Napoli item equivalents and vice versa, which is both weird and fun. But most importantly, this mod allows you to play custom single-player campaigns, and trust me, you better believe me, there's a lot of them, and they all have something interesting to offer. Now, some will run just fine in Unreal Gold, but others will require Unreal Tournament with OldSkool installed, since they utilize features available only in the advanced version of UT's Unreal Engine 1 and features of the mod itself. The campaign you see in the video right now, as an example, is called Cydia Gold, originally released in 2002, and it utilizes most if not all of the features of the OldSkool mod at its disposal, which was very impressive for its time. And it still kinda is. You can find myriads of different single-player content both for Unreal Gold and UT on Unreal Archives and Unreal SP, links to which will be included in the description. And so will be the links for, well, everything I just mentioned in this video so far. And the final mod for Unreal Tournament I would like to recommend is called Autofill. It's a simple, highly customizable mod that populates the maps with bots for you, based on the maximum and minimum amounts of players recommended for the map, in a similar fashion to how Unreal Tournament 2004 did it. And that's it! Hope this helped you to get truly UnrealPilled, and also get the games working on the modern systems. I might make something similar about UT 2004 and UT3, and even UT4 maybe in the future. If you liked the video, you can leave a like and write what you think about it in the comments. Never necessary, of course, but always appreciated. See you Starside in Unreality, and always remember, it's called Unreal, because it is. Now with that out of the way, if you happen to own the games on CD, Steam, GOG, or just decided to hop on board of Kuz Galleon and IS Frigate and... Сука! Я ебал бегемот!